Hey everyone, Dr. Ritza here. I'm a chiropractor in downtown Toronto, acupuncture provider, manual therapist, and lecturer to the community here in downtown, trying to make you feel, move, and perform your best. So today we're going to work on my 5 favorite stretches that I have my patients do at the office to keep them moving and feeling well and to take a load off of those tight muscles. What the important thing, the overarching theme to think about with all of these is we want to take a load off of the muscles and stretch the muscles that have been tight and shortened all day and provide a little bit of activation to the muscles that haven't been doing their job and that are being stretched all day. So we're going to focus on a little bit on the pecs, the rhomboids, the back of the shoulder, the neck muscles and the deep neck flexors, and do one special spinal mobilization that you can do in the office to keep you moving well. So one of my favorite stretches to give patients for neck pain, sitting in the office, or for headache sufferers is a simple one but a great one. It's just a chin tuck. So what the chin tuck is meant to do is stretch the suboccipital muscles there at the base of the skull that are often headache producing muscles and get very, very tight when we sit forward and slouch like this. So what we do for the chin tuck is we're going to imagine the head sliding straight back on a horizontal plane so that it's over the shoulders, and you're going to imagine giving yourself a double chin is the cue. So it's a really attractive thing to do in the office, but super, super effective. So from the side profile, what you do, sit up nice and tall and push with your fingers straight back so that you give yourself a bit of a double chin, and you can see that my ears, my shoulders, and my head are all aligned in one plane. You should feel a little bit of a stretch at the base of the skull. You want to hold this one for about 15 to 20 seconds, take a break and do a few repetitions of that, and you can do that a lot of times throughout the day, and that will help a lot with headaches and with improving your posture and your neck stiffness. Almost any office worker out there has invariably had pain back here in the back of their shoulder in their rotator cuff, and that's often a byproduct of our forward flex posture as we sit over our phones or over top of our computers for hours upon hours each day. So what I want to do is I want to help out with a little stretch to target those muscles, both in the rotator cuff in the shoulder and also in the rhomboids. So the rhomboids are those muscles between the shoulder blade and the spine. It's going to be the same movement to get either muscle group, but with a little bit of tweak in between. What we want to do is work on each stretch for about 15 to 30 seconds, a couple times on each side while we're at the office throughout the day to keep those shoulders loose and pain-free. To target the rotator cuff, what we want to do is we want to keep our shoulder nice and close to our body so that we're not extending it out, and with the shoulder nice and close to the body, we're going to work on pulling it across until we feel a stretch on the back of the shoulder. You want to kind of imagine making a tight angle between your chest and between the shoulder as you bring it across. That will help to get those rotator cuff muscles and keep them loose. Now the rhomboids, on the other hand, is a different story. What we want to do is we want to extend our arm out and then extend it out as far as we can to get the shoulder blade to come around the rib cage, and then we pull the arm across until we feel a big stretch closer to the level of the spine against the shoulder blade. One stretch, 2 great ways to get 2 different muscle groups to keep that shoulder feeling well and moving well. Another great stretch to do at the office is what we call the BRUGGER exercise. I guess the guy that invented it got to name it. So with the BRUGGER exercise, it's kind of an extension of the chin tuck, where we're going to work on taking load off of some of the muscles that are short and contracted all day in the office, stretching them out and activating the ones that are not. So what we're going to do is we're working on retracting the chin, stretching the pecs backwards, opening up the chest, and squeezing those shoulder blades together. So from the side profile, it kind of looks like this. Chin comes back like a chin tuck, shoulders back, and really open up the chest, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Perfect. For that, you can hold it anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds and slowly work your way up. Not only is it a great stretch for the pecs, the front of the neck that are getting tight all day, but also activating some of the muscles deep within the neck and those rhomboids in the back of the shoulder that don't get as much attention at the office to help build that strong and office-proof back. The reason I started seeing a chiropractor in the first place was for neck pain, and it's one of the main problems that I see amongst my patients who sit in a desk all day and suffer from the office back. So 2 fantastic stretches for those that are working in the office or have neck pain or neck stiffness to follow. With any neck stretching and stretching in general, we want to make sure that our breathing is optimal. If we're using our chest to breathe, noticing that the chest is coming up, the shoulders are rising, we're going to be activating a lot of the neck muscles. It's a lot more difficult to get a great stretch in. So we want to make sure that we're taking nice, easy breaths into the belly where the belly is expanding and the chest is not. So to stretch out the side of the neck, what we want to do is we can sit on our hands with underneath our shoulder, and that's going to keep our shoulder low and from coming up. And simple enough, we're just going to put our left ear or our right ear to our shoulder, give a little bit of overpressure, and feel a nice stretch through the side of the neck. Hold that one, breathing nice and easy through the belly for 15 to 30 seconds. Do 3 sets on each side. You can do the same thing on the other side just for demonstration purposes. You don't want to feel a stretch of more than 3 or 4 out of 10 in intensity, and certainly with no pain. Another great stretch that you can do to stretch out the front of the neck is you kind of want to pretend like you're looking back and up towards the corner in the ceiling behind you. Again, keeping that shoulder nice and low by sitting on your hands. So you're going to look back and up, a little bit of overpressure by pushing on the big chin bone, and you'll feel a nice, beautiful stretch in through the front and even into the pecs. With this one, if you get any sharp discomfort in the back of the neck, it's definitely something you want to see your chiropractor or your physiotherapist about, because it's not something we want to have and you don't want to do that stretch. One of my last favorite stretches that's going to really help those people with mid-back pain in addition to neck pain is another simple neck stretch. For this one, what we're going to be doing and thinking about as our cue is turning slightly towards our armpit, and we're going to try and put our nose down into our armpit. To deepen this stretch, which you're going to feel through the levator scapulae and some other cervical muscles here, is we want to add a little bit of overpressure by grabbing the base of the skull and very gently pulling that nose closer towards the armpit. You should feel a nice stretch from the base of the skull down into the shoulder blade that again you can hold for about 15 to 30 seconds and repeat for 3 sets. Doing that as much throughout the day as makes you feel good.